Salute everyone. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and we are back again. I'm actually just coming from the mailbox. Got something in the mail from my buddy, Real Pure Chauvinist. I want to shout out Alpha Kingdom and to what's going on, Jono. I want to give a shout out to Alpha Kingdom and to Real Pure Chauvinist, man. Congratulations on you guys on getting your books out. How do I sound?
You sound good.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to those guys. I'm getting feedback. Shout out to you guys for getting your books out. Matter of fact, I'm going to stop right quick, stop my cam, and get their books. I want to definitely showcase it. Hold on one second. What's going on, everyone? Hold on. Yeah, dog. So I want to definitely showcase their books and what they're doing. Looking crisp. Jono in the house. Yeah, he looking crisp over there. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna catch him one day. I'm gonna catch him one day with that setup. I seen it on Facebook. So here I'm back.
Little secret.
Yeah. So I want to definitely give a shout out to this was a challenge, and they took the challenge and beat me to the challenge. So I can't say nothing. But I did take the challenge. I want to give first. This is Alpha Kingdom's new book. Let me see. It was a little glare. And it is The Keys to Your Future Self. Excellent job. He got Analytical Confusion. He got out. He has Finesse Game. That's out. And he has Dominance Mindset of a King. So I'm like, this dude brought this out all in within a year, within less than a year, 6 months. And then this is Red Pill Chauvinist. New one just came in the mail today. It's called Hacker, True Feminine Nature 101. So you definitely want to get these guys' books. These guys put a challenge about a year or so ago that they can get the books out. They actually did it. They got their books out. It's looking good quality. You can find these on Amazon. I think his book is not going to be out until February 14th, which is perfect. So these guys are doing it. So shout out to these guys. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I always want to shout out to my brothers for doing the things that they're doing. They have now become authors, authorities on this. So you know who's next, who's been dragging his feet. LDA. And then when I come out, it's going to be serious. I'm always talking about audiobooks, but I think sometimes you need to have books that need books so people can touch. What you think about that, Alf? I mean, Jono.
I mean, it's important, even though we moved to the digital age for a lot of things, I think that having the physical book to handle and to flip the pages connects you a little bit better to the material. And the ebooks work too. I'm not citing it. Actually, it's probably easier to get and deliver, but nothing like having the physical book.
Yeah, it's nothing like it. Yeah, definitely. I do have the Queen Maker. They said the Queen Maker is still there. I got to take. Man, if you understand so much I do, I got to just take the time to actually get it done, sit down, because the story is in my head. And then once I get a story down, I got to take it through a whole process. People think it's easy to write a book. It is not easy to write a book. That's why a lot of people don't write books. It's a whole process to it. But let's get into what we got today. I know we were talking about yesterday, talking about making decisions. It's not making decisions from your past, and we were going to slide into that. But I think we can slide into right into what we're talking about today.
Okay, that's good. What's today's subject?
Why you must have confidence in yourself and in your game.
Confidence. See, I mean, confidence is probably one of those like foundational items you got to have before you even walk out the door. If you don't have confidence, then you're not even sure whether you should be going out the door to even think about game, or even thinking about talking to somebody, or thinking about walking into a decision-making situation. A lot of people look for protection. A lot of people look for that inner thought. A lot of people look for that subconscious thought. And guess what? Confidence is what you believe is to be true before it happens.
That's so true. So you must have confidence first in yourself And then secondly, in your game. So when we talk about game, it's always about strategy. But here we're using game and we're using another definition under there, your ability to execute. So you must have confidence in yourself. Many times guys do not, we're talking to the majority of guys, we got women here too. Many guys don't have confidence in themselves. And what happens is they wonder why they're not effective in the world, but they're not effective when it comes to women, because you, as in my audio you need to give, you do not believe in yourself. And you got to have confidence that I had to do some internal work, I think last night, and then this morning to adjust some things even in me, because I realized I didn't have confidence in a certain area. Once I made the adjustments, boom, I can tell the difference.
We have to put yourself first when it comes to how you're going to be dealing with the world. And that's that's a deep statement. Like, sometimes you consider everything else around you, but you have to think about yourself first, because your impact is important to how the world will react. So you need to make sure you are prepared first. You need to be prepared because your leadership might help others that may not have their own stuff in place, and you are going to help them as well.
So let's give I had a working definition. I wasn't gonna get to Google, but I had something in me that was already in there. It is a conviction so deep in yourself that you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. You're so confident that you can do what you say you was going to do, and you're not moved by outside situations. So you're confident that whatever you're planning or whatever decision that you're going to do, it's going to happen, and you execute on it. So you have confidence in who you are. It's not just confidence, it is a conviction. And when it becomes to the conviction level, it actually becomes contagious when it becomes at a conviction level, because other people begin to smell or begin to sense your confidence. When I first did these shows, when I first started doing this back on MySpace, my first show was do women like nice men, nice guys. I was like, hello, hi, everybody. This is I was Mr. L. Ready. This is Mr. L. Ready. Show. I was praying nobody called in. My confidence wasn't there yet. But when I got that conviction that this is what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to give out the information and the knowledge that I have, guess what happened? It becomes contagious. People begin to say, I don't know what it is. I like your confidence. We're going to talk about what it does to women a little later on, but what do you have to say, Jono?
I mean, you also have to think about when I like what Tisha says here about confidence in who you are and your decisions to execute it. What you got to look at really is, if you make a decision or if you perform a certain action, you need to know that there are consequences and rewards to every action. So you don't have to worry about holding back or being, scared to do these things, because you know that there's going to be an outcome that'll affect both sides. And what you want to try and do is get a happy medium to what the result you're looking for, as opposed to, what might impact someone else. Now, having confidence in it means that you know those two outcomes. And that's what we have to build on for people. Do you understand the outcome of what you're about to do so that you can have confidence in it?
And I think that's so important. Do you know the results of what you're going to do? And the results, but the consequences of who it will affect and who it will not affect. So your confidence with a woman, you have to be so confident in yourself that, hey, I got you. She's going to melt in your hand when you have that confidence in who you are as a man. She's going to melt in your hands. And what happens is, I might as well jump there because I know people normally come in at a certain time and ways I understand it. When you have that confidence in who you are, what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen? when you have that confidence like that, she's going, we always say the rivers. So the rivers will begin to flow. But it has not. I want to get back. Now we covered that a little bit. It has more to do with you. Everything that we teach here always starts within you. Once you're confident in who you are as an individual, the world will reflect back to you the confidence that you have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, your influence is directly impacted by your own confidence. So if you show confidence, what will happen is you will promote that confidence to other people, and they will now feel confident doing what they want to do because they are following you.
Super chat. Thank you, Alfie Kingdom. I gave a shout out to your books earlier, man. I want to make sure you see this, because most people don't think we don't support each other. There's all your books right there. Boom, boom, boom. Red Pill's new book. Boom, boom, boom. Appreciate you guys. So I want you to really understand. You said people will begin to reflect your confidence that you had, as you said, Jono?
Well, basically, it's like a pattern. What happens is when you put yourself in a mode where you understand that you are in charge of your situation, your confidence is high, people who are following you will actually do the same thing. So if you want people to follow you, you got to make sure your confidence is right so that other people will have the same confidence to follow what you say. So absolutely, it's a reflection.
So your confidence, so what you're saying is, and what guys missing is, they're wondering why they're floundering with women and not winning, is because you are mirroring to her a lack of confidence. And she says, I'm going to multiply your lack of confidence back to you.
Yeah, it's got to come back. It's not going to come back less times. It's going to come back more times, because what you emit to someone else gets concentrated in their mind a different way. And then you are going to get it emitted back to you in a way that's even more potent than you got when you sent it out.
So it almost multiplies, because it almost multiplies back to you. Man, I hate to go. So really what you putting out there as your confidence mirrors back to you on the place we call the stage of life. She, in this example, is just mirroring back to you. She's just the actress mirroring back to you, the director, the script that you gave her.
Right. Exactly. And what we have to also realize is that the spirit that you put into what you put in out there, there's a certain spirit you put into it. When you put that spirit into it, it actually, that's the dimension it will come back in when you give it out to someone. And that's the thing. You have to understand that there is if you pay attention to how that actually gets emitted, then you can fine tune it to make sure that it has the result you're looking for.
Shout out to Vonnie EC, my bro, Motu. Salute to you, the traveling man. Stepped out to Dominican Republic last year. Well, was it last year? Yeah, last year or the year before last. Salute to you, Vonnie C, my dude. Thank you for the super chat. So yeah, so it's the energy behind your infuse in your confidence that emits out there, and it actually can we say this? It speaks before you even say a word.
Yeah, it's even your presence. You know, when you walk into a room, people don't have to hear your voice to know how confident you are. They can see it as you walk across the room. They can see it as you greet other people. They can see it as you interact with people you've never met before. If they know that you can walk up to somebody that you've never met before, put your hand out, make sure that you are the one to give first, which is a whole other science. And what happens is when you put your hand out and they have to receive it, that's the level of confidence somebody's looking for. They already know this is a confident person. And I know that whatever we're going to talk about, we're going to get something done because they're a giver.
That's very true. I give an example. So at work, one of the directors were checking in people for the virus. They got to check you in temperature. So he had a mask on. I say, well, how you doing, Pat? How are you doing? Good to see you. He's like, who are you? I said, I'm Lawrence D. Adams. He stood up because he didn't know how I know his name, how I recognize him with the mask on. And he came to attention. How was your Christmas? How was everything? I said, I'm doing good. Everything's fine. I threw him out of his so much slumber that he was in. And I presented my confidence to him. And what happened is he'll never forget my name.
Exactly. He won't. Because he remembers the interaction. And also, even if he doesn't remember your name, he'll remember that every time he spoke to you, he had a good interaction, and he actually going to smile the first time he sees you next time. If he'll look at you and say, oh, that's the gentleman that made me feel good that day just by greeting me, and that's what you want. Your presence does emit the confidence that you're going to have in a situation. And guess what? It will flow after that. Your conversation will flow, and even the results you're looking for in that conversation.
True. If you were bullied and tormented for 15 years of your life, how do you become confident?
Well, you have to put a bully in their place mentally. First of all, you should never argue with dumb people. Okay. So if you ever had an interaction with a bully, or you had an interaction with somebody that tried to use their ego to play down your ego, what happens is they're lacking self-confidence. You have to realize that they have a problem first.
Mhm.
That's why they have to overpower other people. When you get somebody out here, like what's going on right now in the last week, what happens is when a person has had so much confidence issues that they have to now play down the confidence of someone else, you are not the one with the problem. So that's how you first get past it mentally. You have to realize this person was the problem, you're not. Then what you have to do is look in the mirror and say, why did I give this person so much leeway, so much power, so that they can have that much control over me? These are evaluative points. Then, did you make the decision to remove this person out of your life? Because if you haven't done that yet, of course you're going to be bullied by somebody, especially for 15 years. I don't care if they're a family member. I have a brother that's 12 years older than me. You think that I walk into a room with him and I'm intimidated by him? No. We respect each other, even though he's 12 years on my senior. The problem that was always an issue that was never resolved if you were a kid is the fact that these things pass. Time heals. Time brings clarity to situations. And if you don't know that that's supposed to be over in your life after 15 years, then you need to go and evaluate that problem first. Then the confidence will come.
Right.
Get rid of your past. Stop working with the past and start working with the present and the future. See, I figured it out. You have two sisters, and it's been years.
So what he has to do, I might as well go there a little bit. You have to go into your mental and actually confront your bully.
Well, how are you going to confront something you never had resolved? I'm not saying no to that. What I'm saying is confront the inner bully, the inner bully.
That's what I mean. That's exactly what I'm
What's
saying.
inside you? You did this. Take responsibility. I know you haven't healed. I could tell you haven't healed, Big Mouth. I could tell. I'm looking at your comments. I could tell you have not healed. Guess what? These are things outside of yourself. You don't carry around your sister physically. You don't carry around your father physically. You have your own 2 feet and your own 2 hands. Guess what? Walk away. Because guess what? You can't heal them and you can't fix them till you are fixed. You have to be rehabilitated. You have to come back to the truth of yourself and realize that I have now the responsibility because I'm conscious of what's wrong. I have the conscience to fix it. I have to now the responsibility to go back and help my family. And if you don't want to do that, just help yourself and stay away. They're your 2 options.
Yeah, they're your 2 options. Yeah, that's what my point was. I'm talking about going inside and dealing with that internally.
Absolutely.
Because he's carrying around the bully situation because he brought it up. And until you confront that internally, inwardly, and resolve it in you, you might have to you may need therapy, but you need to resolve that in you so that you can move forward, so that you can become confident in every area of your life.
You're carrying it like an albatross, and guess what? It's literally like taking a sack of potatoes, putting 2 straps on it, and throw it on your back. Okay, that's what it's like. You're carrying something that even the person who originally inflicted the problem, they don't even care. They don't care that you have to carry that albatross. They don't care if you have to carry that sack of potatoes. You're carrying the weight of the person who inflicted on you on your back. There's no reason to do that. They didn't ask you to do that. They wanted you to experience them for that moment and be scared and be bullied, right? After that moment, they could care less about you. And you know what? You should resolve it in your own mind. It's gone now. It's gone, and I'm going to move on. And guess what? I'm not going to put myself in a toxic situation like that again. And if I do, I'm going to manage it to the point where it doesn't affect me long term. Let's deal with it right then and there, and that's it.
That's it. Please understand what we're saying. Y'all getting more stuff that y'all need to be super chatting, Cash App, and y'all need to do all kind of stuff. The level of what we just said or what Jono just said is beyond what you're going to hear anywhere else, because what he just did is like the little kids game, at the when you put the coin in and it grabs it and take you right out of it. That's what he just did mentally for you. That's why you got to understand. Yeah, we're talking game, we're talking confidence, but if you don't deal with certain issues, your confidence is not going to be at the level that it needs to be at, because you have not confronted things internally. So please understand what we're saying. This is not lightweight conversation.
When I was younger, I used to have to walk a portion of the my trip to school. So I'd take the bus down one leg of the trip, and then I had to walk across town on another leg because it was so early in the morning that the bus wasn't running yet. So in that trip one morning, I decided, oh, okay, I made the trip portion of the way, and then I said, let me stop at the bus stop because I know the bus is going to be running now, right? I stop at the bus stop, and 2 guys walk into the bus stop. I don't know if you know about New York bus stops, but it's like a L-shaped bus stop. So one guy came from one corner, another guy came from the other corner, and one held a gun to my head and said, you're going to give me all your stuff. So while one guy held the gun to my head, the other guy actually, he took the, his hand and put it in my pocket, grabbed all my stuff out of my pocket. I had a pager, I had a wallet, I had a gold chain on. They ripped the gold chain off my neck. They took the money out of my pocket as well. And they took my Walkman. I don't know, that's like 20,
that's a long time ago.
I don't know what a Walkman was, right? So I had all these things on me, and I was immediately, disenfranchised to ever walk into school again. And you know what my brother told me when I got home that night? My older brother at that point, he's definitely, at that point, he was like almost 29 years old, because I'm with 12 years difference. I was 17. He was 29. And he's like, you know what, John? He said, you don't got to worry about those things. You know what? If you act like it was yours, it'll never be taken away from you. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. It's already gone. It's already gone. He said, no, you got to understand. Those things were inside your mind before you bought them. Those things were inside your mind before they were possessed by you. And what happens is, if you lost those things that day, guess what? Because you like those things, you're going to get them back another way, maybe even better, maybe even more like updated technology, maybe more expensive jewelry, maybe more cash in your pocket, maybe a better wallet. All those things you think you lost, you're not supposed to be without them just because somebody took them from you. And I took that to heart. Like later on in life, when I started seeing some failures and I started seeing some things that I had, some things I had to let go. It made me cry. Some things I had to, part with because I felt like it was not the right time to have them. Later on, they came to me because I always knew in my mind I was supposed to have them. There's nothing lost in the universe. It's only recreated and moved into areas where you can utilize them for better use either now or later on in your life. There's nothing lost.
That's definitely a shout out to Ricardo up in Canada. Appreciate this super chat shout out. I appreciate that. Peace to the panel. Appreciate it. But you're right on the money because you know my situation. Robbed in Atlanta. Everything gone. Now I have double from what I had, more than double actually. I got three, about 2 or 3 computers, whatever the case may be, from that one that I got robbed at. So the thing of it is, I gotta understand what you're saying. There's nothing lost in the universe. It's only when you perceive this loss.
Yeah. It's if you lose something and it never comes back, you let it go in your mind first. You think I wasn't supposed to have it. Think about a person that you lost mentally, and then all of a sudden they parted from you physically, not just dying or like. Think about a relationship. Think about a person like, listen, now this person really is in my nerves. This person really, I can't stand them. When you say I can't stand them, all of a sudden you feel like, oh man, my legs hurt. I want to sit down because you don't program something in your head. I cannot stand them. All of a sudden they start parting their way out. They get quiet. They start moving on, and all of a sudden you get ghosted, or maybe you commanded it. You don't realize how much power they have over their life. You commanded them gone. So you have to be very careful what you say. Okay, the confidence that people have is because they're very powerful. You just have to tap into the confidence. We're trying to show you how to tap into that confidence, but you are powerful. What you say can happen. If you say, I feel sick today, all of a sudden, later on that day, why am I sneezing? Why am I coughing? It's because you declared it. You declared it so early that it ran in your subconscious all day long, and now you're sick. When you say, I am broke, guess what? All you're going to have is lunch money that day. Everybody who says I'm broke, that's all they have that day. Think about it. I bet you not one person in this chat room can't deny that. When you say I'm broke, all you got is lunch money. But you know what? You prepared for the lunch money. Why can't you be prepared to be rich today? Why can't you be prepared to be driving a Rolls Royce today? Why can't you prepare to be home eating lunch, from takeout today? You can prepare for all that. But you said I am broke, but you prepared to have lunch today, and that's all you're going to have. You need to think about the fact that you're talking to yourself. You're talking not just to yourself, you're talking to your subconscious self, and your subconscious self executes the confidence in your voice.
Y'all better. I need some fire sounds. JONO is on fire today. I ain't never seen him on fire like this. He's blowing fire today because
we have to understand that we're responsible for this stuff. We're responsible. You're supposed to be the one. Stop looking outside of yourself. Everybody that names something outside of yourself, that's the list you need to put on a piece of paper and say, that's what I gotta stop talking about. Anytime you have a strife, a transgression, anything going on that you think is outside of you, list that on a paper and get ready to stop talking about it. Because those are the things that hold you back. Because it's your subconscious and your inner mind is telling you that you're supposed to be projecting the problems onto those things and not looking within. You should be looking within time and finding out, how do I solve this thing that I put myself into and put myself in the atmosphere of these negative things?
He's on fire. He's on fire today. Please understand this. This is the mechanics behind the game that most people don't tell you about. The reason why you're not winning and confident winning with the women or women in life, he just gave the answer right there. What are you saying to your subconscious? What are you saying to your subconscious? What are you programming yourself?
You're going to blame the woman? Blame the person who met the woman.
Say that again?
Well, you can't blame the woman. Blame the person that met the woman.
And the conversation.
That can't be nobody else but you.
And the conversation you had inwardly about her when you met her. That's please. This tie into what we're saying. Please, you must have confidence in yourself.
Some people walk up to people right here now. You walk up to people in your head with the word no right away. They're like, oh, I'm gonna try anyway. Well, here we go. I got a person in my life. I don't even want to mention his name. He literally is the most pessimistic person in the world. He will literally tell you, I know how this is going to work out. Watch this. And then he's going to go, see, I told you. Like, do you realize you got that? You program that. Do you understand? If you never even said a negative word, you have a 1 in 99 chance of getting it right just by somebody throwing it at you. And you know what I'm talking about, guys. You can get it thrown at you 1 in 99 times if you never even thought about who this person would be in your life and think about the negative side. You would actually get it thrown at you. But see, you only tried it 99 times. That's the problem.
Right.
You didn't try it 99 times. You didn't get the sucker throw at you at one time. Now, if you can get a sucker throw at you 1 in 99 times, imagine if you tried. That means you're going to break the probability down to 1 in 10. So if you just tried without thinking about the doubt, you get 1 in 10. 1 in 10 you'd be in like you wouldn't believe. But you ain't even try the 1 in 10 times. And then the real experts that are on this channel, all the guests that LDA have had, their batting average is probably 1 and 2 because they got good at it. Imagine getting good at it, going from a sucker stroke from 99 chances to just trying 1 in 10, so getting it your batting average 1 and 2 or better. I know people that will get claim even better averages that it's because they tried, they got confidence, they put it into practice, and they're getting results now.
Right. Peace. The Renaissance. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Peace to the chat and the panel. Most definitely. Please understand this is the mechanics behind the game that everybody try to say different ways and things like that. We're talking about confidence. What we're doing, we're giving you, I gave this analogy before. People give you the glove, but we're giving you the hand that controls the glove.
Absolutely. We're giving you the muscles, giving you the bones, the muscles, the skin, everything. A lot of times we don't really, we take for granted way too often the background that it takes to build up what you see other people do.
Hey, Jono, step back from your mic because it's going in and out.
Are you getting a pop filter?
Yeah, it's like it's starting, it muffles a little bit.
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. Let me tell you something, brother. Yeah. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm confident in what I know because of my experience. It's taken years to build up that confidence. And it's not because I'm almighty or all smart. I got experience. I put in my 10,000 hours. I put in my 20,000 hours in some cases, and I'm still on my hour 1 on some things. You know why? Because I'm always learning. And if you decide that you are going to learn from your situations and not become a punk and become a victim of your own situations, then you will know that you'll get it better and better and better. I'm serious.
Yeah, this is, man, this once again, this ain't the kiddie pool. We are not in the kiddie pool. If you want to go to kiddie pool, there's other places to go. This is not the kiddie pool, but it's digestible enough that you can swim deep right now, what we're talking about. I want to make sure people understand what we're getting at. So the conversation, I want to make sure I get back to this. So your internal conversation before you even meet her should be at a place where you're so confident that it's going to work. Your internal conversation when you go do a business transaction should be, you know what, I got this. Your internal conversation.
You don't even know what they want to do. Some people don't even know what they want to do. People say, I don't have a girl. Okay, so what are you going to do when you get one?
You got one. Right.
What are you going to do? You going to have a stand up in a corner like a mannequin in your house? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? See, you putting the carriage before the horse. Now, if you're saying, "Oh, I want some satisfaction this evening," see, in your head, you're gonna say, "Listen, I choose to be satisfied this weekend." Right? if I made a choice to be satisfied, now my pickiness with who I'm gonna pick is gonna automatically be determined on who says yes. It's not gonna be based on a bunch of rules you set up that block you from getting success. You see what I'm saying? Because some people, they're looking for some facetious external elements to block their physical satisfaction. Let's just be honest here. And if you haven't had practice with just satisfying some of their inner thoughts, then you will never know what you were even asking for. What are you asking for? And that's the thing. If you're confident, you would know what to ask for. If you meet somebody brand new, you would know. Like, listen, I know there's some people out here that I can get on the first night. I know there's some people out here I got to build into a relationship. I wouldn't even, if I just wanted to be satisfied this weekend, I would not go after the people I was going to try and build something with. I'm going to go after somebody I know I can get something that night. And that's why it narrows the tunnel right away. So you won't be that picky. You're not going to be that picky at that point. You're not trying to find your wife. You're just trying to satisfy what you have in your head or what's answering the question in your head at the moment. So why not just tap into those real things? Be true to yourself. To thine own self be true. Shakespeare said that. That's even in the Bible. To thine own self be true. And that's what you need to do. If you feel that it's your time to go find somebody, find them for what? What's the purpose they're going to be in your life? And sometimes that's why we block ourselves. You're blocking yourself because you haven't answered the question. It's not because you're not confident. You know you don't have an answer to that question. Answer those questions first, and it will appear. Sometimes they say when the student is ready to learn, the teacher will appear.
Yeah, work
when you are ready to get one, she will appear. Now, just like,
let's answer this question. You trying to get me demonetized? What if someone is talking bad about you, but you never had a thought of someone is talking bad about you?
Well, I mean, this is an easy question. You want to take that one? I'll take it.
Go ahead, take it. You on fire today, man. I'm sipping over here. You see, I'm sipping. I'm like,
listen. First of all, what is the word bad? Okay.
Uh-oh.
Any criticism that comes across is criticism that could be constructive. Okay. You could call it bad or you can call it good. Any criticism is constructive. It's how you file it away. Okay. First of all, the first time somebody talks about you, you have to qualify what they say to you. If you haven't qualified this person in your life and what stats and stature they have in your life, how do we qualify if this person is even able to talk what you call bad about you? Okay. What you need to understand is that if it's constructive criticism, you can take that into advisement and then dismiss them out of your life. They don't need to be there. If somebody says that if they've never had, you say, but you never had a thought of someone that is talking about you. You should have thoughts like that. You should think that it's possible for somebody to have an opinion that's bad about you. You should think that. You know why? Because if you don't, then that means you're perfect and you can't be corrected. It's not the word bad, though. And that's what you need to get past, Ted. The problem is bad is not always the right word to call things. When people have an opinion about you, they have an opinion. It doesn't necessarily mean it's true, right, good, or bad. What you're doing is knowing that you're not perfect. A person can have an opinion about you, whether they like you or not. And sometimes the people who have some of the most robust opinions about you are the ones that actually love you. I'll tell LD right away if he don't like if I don't like something that I see, because I don't want to see him lose. That doesn't mean it's bad. I don't want to see him lose. LD is a winner, and I want to see him win every time. And if I see something that needs to have constructive opinion out there, I will say it because I want him to win. He's my brother. I want him to win. And I'm not trying to offend nobody. If you told me that you wanted my opinion about something, and I tell you, to be honest, you want to respect that more than somebody that would lie to your face. And women that is trying to get away from you, they'll lie right in your face.
Ooh, y'all, you on fire today, man. I'm taking the passenger seat today.
Sometimes you got a wrong phone number from somebody. They lie right in your face trying to get away from you. Oh, here's my DM. All of a sudden, the DM don't work.
So you got to realize, Ted, is how are you defining bad? And what did our grandfather say? People's opinion is none of our damn business.
Yeah, it's not. You followed away. You know, sometimes you can take a little, you know, what I take a little criticism. Oh, like you got a cream shirt on today. You usually wear dark shirts. So what? Okay, thank you. I'm just trying something new. Why are you affected by that? Why are
Right.
you becoming a troll because of it?
That's why it's so important in this. You must be so solid in your opinion of yourself. Not that you can't take self-criticism, because this is part of building your confidence and confidence in your ability to execute your what? Your game. So please understand what we're saying. Yeah, Jono Crucial. Yeah. So yeah, Jono's on fire today. So you please understand what we're saying. Everything is plugging in because we're giving you the back end. We're giving you the back end of what took place, what's taking place. We're giving you the what do you call that?
Foundation.
The foundation of this. So it must start in you, the conversation that you have inside of yourself before you even approach a situation. A conversation, you have to be so certain of your conversation that you have with yourself about when you execute your game. We understand game here. It's just strategy. I repeat this every day for a reason, because everyone defines game differently. But here on this channel, we define it this way because it's not mitigated just to women. It is actually for every part of your life. So I want you to understand, if you never get anything else on this channel, it always starts with you.
I'm going to make an analogy that I think a lot of people will be able to relate to.
Go ahead.
Imagine if you're about to go to the DMV to renew your license, right? If you were to go to the DMV to renew your license, one of the first things you're going to do is go in your house and get all your paperwork together, right? Because you know how long it's going to take to deal with the DMV, right? You know I'm probably going to be on a long line. I'm probably going to be dealing with somebody with an attitude because they had like 15 other people in front of me, maybe 100 other people in front of me that if you don't got your paperwork right, they're going to send you away and you're going to come back another day and waste more time, right? So you will go into your house and prepare. You will grab all your paperwork. You'll get all your points. You'll get all your stuff. Even if you're taking a new photo, you're going to make yourself look good. You're going to make yourself prepared so that when you met the obstacles of that day, you'll have everything you need, even a credit card, even some cash to make sure you have your payment method ready. You are prepared for the DMV when you go there because you don't want to waste your time, right? Most people who go to the DMV, 95% of them get it right because they already understand the frustration they're going to go through and they already know the outcome. Now, how come you can't do that when you go out and go on a date and get a 95 percentile return? Because you have a mode of uncertainty. And what you need to do is prepare for that date the same way you prepare for the DMV. Prepare by putting on the right cologne. Prepare by wearing the clothes that accentuate your physical body the way you want to look. Drive the car you feel like driving. Take the Uber you want to take that night. Maybe you got to get a Uber Black that night. Who knows? You know, you want to stun out a little bit. Wear the clothes you feel work that you want to do. Do it the way you know you're going to get a result, not working on somebody else's plan, working on your plan.
Dude, they don't understand.
You just muted out.
Yeah, I know I muted out. Yeah, I know I muted out. But they're not ready for this, man. Because this is the technical level numerology.
Oof, I'm telling you, we overlook so much when it comes to ourselves that you think the world is supposed to be basically the puppet for you. How does that look where the world is actually controlling what you do? No, it's no such thing. Even predictive scientists are out here to give us a guide. They're not the actual norm. It's not the actual playbook. The playbook is you making a decision, you having the confidence, you executing these tactics so that you get what you need out of this world. And you're supposed to do that because when you're happy, everyone around you has a better chance of being happy because they're not worried about you and you are showing them what to do. And that's leadership.
I'm here. I'm back.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, it's bars, boy, bars on bars today. System overload, slow down pimping. Yeah, it starts with yourself. If anything that you get from here, it always start the game. Always the most effective pimp that's out there. We use that because everybody can relate to that, and everybody some level want it. The most effective pimp. I actually realized that the game that he must run must be run on him first.
Exactly. He got to be convinced of his own. He got to eat his own soup.
That's right.
He needs to know that he could do this without a girl at all. He don't need the girl.
Please say that. Please
a real
say that.
pimp doesn't need nobody around him. He don't need protection from nobody. And he treats everyone he meets like it was his first. And he could have 20. He could have 20 girls on the street. He treats the 21st like he never had one of them.
Please understand what we're saying. I have to say that. Go ahead.
And the real secret is he treats it like it's his first and his last, because if it's your first, then you treat it like you never had one before. And if you treat it like it's your last, you treat it like you that's the last one you're gonna get. You better keep her.
And if she goes, you already know that you can get another.
Absolutely. I can recreate that reality. That's my reality. You just change your positions.
And doing the interesting thing, he knows that he can, you said it, he has confidence in himself that he can recreate another person to go out there and to get his money.
You're a chess player. You're a pawn in this game of chess. You're a pawn. I'll just recreate you.
That's all you got to do.
You got to think about that in life too. You could go. I don't care if you just bought a brand new Mercedes S-Class. You could crash that in the wall tomorrow, okay? But you know what? It takes the real confident mind to realize that I can recreate that. I'll have another S-Class the day after. This ain't the last thing you're gonna have. The things you have aren't the last things you're gonna have. You're gonna go forward. You will have more. The Toyota you have today will be the Cadillac you have tomorrow. The Cadillac that you have that day will be the Benz you have the day after. And the Benz you have that day will be the Rolls Royce you have the day after. You have to decide whether you want to level up, because you attain something every step of the way. Now, if you keep buying Nissans and Toyotas, that's your fault.
That's why we teach the gospel of responsibility over here. JONO is on fire today. I don't know what happened, whether he had coffee or what happened. This guy is on fire today. Fire. Y'all better go back and listen to what he's saying.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody today. I feel like I'm talking to somebody that needs to hear it. Seriously. Get off of that slump mindset. Every time I procrastinated, all I did was waste a day. And when I started thinking confidently, the next day I felt better. But guess what? I still wasted a day. Get off your mindset. Stop getting in the way of yourself. Okay? You're in the way of yourself when you think pessimistically, when you think like you can't have it, when you think that things are not supposed to belong to you. You are a son of the kingdom. Okay, a son, not a peasant. You're not in the township waiting for the drawbridge to come in so you could go in and see the king and beg for something. No, you sit at the right hand. You sit right next to him. You don't have to ask. You request. You command. You are a son of the Father, and you have to realize that you're a son or a daughter of the Father. You don't have to worry about getting it. You just ask for it. You can have it. But if you don't go inside and ask for it, it will never materialize in the physical. It's got to be that way. You got to start thinking that way.
Simping over women, is this primal or social? Thank you for the super chat for that question, but it's not in line to what we're talking about. But Jose Navarro, I appreciate the question. I'm gonna answer it in the light of what we're at. Because it's not in line to what we were talking about, but I appreciate the super chat. We all know on the level that it is social, and I'm gonna leave it right there. It's social.
I mean, it's never. If you think for one moment that you have to make a choice, it's the choice is within you. The choice is within you. It's not it's not somebody, it's not to your detriment. You understand? It's to your benefit. Okay? The choices was never for you to go down one road or another so that you can be happy or mad. No, it's about whether you want to be happy or not. Okay? If that's all it is. Where have you decided your happiness? Okay? And the game that we're talking about, or strategy of life, is at the ultimate end is to be happy. And if you do things that don't make you happy, you know, I know people that take a couple of $100, they go and sit in a bar and just drink away and complain. Is that really making you happy, or is that the only option you gave yourself?
Stop right there. Put a pin right there. Is that the only option that you gave yourself? Too many of the reason why you're not confident because you have not given yourself more than one option. That is the reason why you're not confident in yourself, because you have not given yourself enough options and you're settling, as we always say on here, you're settling for less. Please understand what he just said.
Everybody, have you ever heard the term, you got to look outside your happy zone? No, you've never heard that, have you? But you have heard look outside your comfort zone. You know why? Because people get stuck in it. You get comfort stuckness, and you should never do that. Don't ever get stuck in your comfort zone. Go look for happiness, and your happiness is outside of your comfort zone.
Woo. Fire today. This is for someone. If this is for you, you need to let JONO know today that this message that he's saying to you today is for you. This was unexpected. Please understand, many times it's not scripted, but this is for someone. If this is for you, you need to let me know in the chat room. You need to let us know in the chat room if this is for you. This is right on point. You have not given yourself enough options to be happy or to be confident in yourself. You're pigeonholing yourself and don't even know it.
Exactly. Go outside your comfort zone. There's probably first of all, you got to start with what you like. And if you can really sit down and look in yourself and say, listen, do I like going out and starting a drinking pattern and then going to a bar and hopefully the drunk me will have the confidence to do something? Think about that. You were waiting for some other guy to come out of you. And I know I'm talking to somebody. I'm not talking to everybody. I'm talking to somebody right now. I feel like you use these external things like alcohol or maybe a certain type of pill you're taking or some type of ingestion. I feel like there's something going on where you feel like you got to become somebody else to be the thing the girl wants, and that's not right.
That's not right.
Because when at the end of the night, you're not going to even remember how you got it,
and you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to enjoy the experience.
You will, but you ain't going to be it. You don't even know what you did. Then when you wake up, you're probably going to feel like, what did I do?
Sometimes I find myself
over the process, thinking that after I'm done with this, I will be happy. Then I realize all I have is now, and then I am dead. Well, listen, this is still the confidence moniker. The confidence moniker. If you don't try, you'll never know what will make you happy. So what you have to have confidence in is that trying is part of the process. Okay? Trying is part of the process. Failing is for learning. It's not for subtlety. It's not for being depressed and what. No, failing is so that you know what to do a little bit better the next time you try. It's so that you can keep trying. Failure that hasn't killed you teaches you. You understand what I'm saying? Failure teaches you. It's not, if it hasn't killed you, it's supposed to teach you, and you're not supposed to treat failure like it's the end. There's no such thing in failure and the end. There's no such thing. You see, Ted has another question here. JONO, another question. Can a man that had a crybaby baby mindset can change himself to become a strong man that his mind is real strong. Of course, it's practice. We just talked about it. You have to practice on small things. Practice on small things, okay? Things you don't have control over. The things you don't have confidence to have control over, we're not telling you to jump in the fire and go get it right away. We're telling you to try small things. If what you're trying to do is meet your wife, then you're gonna have to go out on a couple of dates. We're not saying those dates are gonna be the best dates, but we're telling you, even in those test dates or those dates where you build your confidence and you know that you have become a crybaby sometimes, what happens is the experience of going through a few things will now teach you in those moments. You need to be taught in moments. How many classes did you go to when you went to school per day? You went to about 9 classes. You went about 5 days a week, and then you graduated after about 150 days, right? They didn't tell you everything in the first class because you weren't going to get it all in the first class. You learn a little bit every step of the way. So every date you go on, every time you go to a meeting, I'm thinking about a person now that's actually trying to deal with a business situation. Okay, every meeting you've gone to, every time you try to build a partnership, every time you try to get some more money from somewhere, all you had to do was realize that first meeting wasn't successful as the 10th meeting, right? And it's because the experience in between is what taught you. So yeah, if you were a crybaby type person before, the experience and learning little things, micro inputs, micro changes to your strategy will get you to a point of success. But you have to practice. If you don't practice and consider failures, practice and learning, you stop trying to teach yourself.
Dude, I gotta play. I gotta play something because you on fire today. Let me see if I can get it to play. Hold on, let's wait for them. It's coming up. It's just for you. This dude is on fire today. Did you hear it? You didn't hear it? Oh my god!
No, it had like noise canceling or something.
My noise canceling came. Let me get it here. Here it is. Shoot, my mother calling me too. Golly, man, you can't talk to me right now. Here it comes.
I can see on the screen. Is that from what you
Good
call
time.
it? Good Times.
This dude is on fire. Damn. Oh, said 1 month sober, I had to drop the alcohol and no longer serve me and take it one day at a time. Preach good thing.
I knew it. I felt it. I felt somebody was drinking for the wrong reason. Didn't I say that earlier?
Yeah. You called it.
I felt like somebody was drinking for the wrong reason. And you know what? If you decided that is not your vice anymore, good riddance. Good riddance. The alcohol's not inside you. You know that, right? The alcohol is inside of you. So why are you putting it inside of you to change you? It can't stay. You're gonna get rid of it that day.
And that
can't be the answer.
Right. And Jose, I know you are a sharp dude. You're a business guy. I know that because I've seen you talk before. I'm not saying it because it's something that I'm seeing. I'm saying because I know you're a business guy and you know exactly what we're talking about. So you know that alcohol definitely is going to hinder you.
There's nothing outside of you that's going to fix the confidence inside you. Nothing.
We got to stop there, man, because I don't know what fire truck engine is over there. We got to call the police on you. You got to call them because this dude call the fire because JONO is on fire today. If you didn't get this heat today, you need to go back and re-listen to what was said. I didn't even have much to say. Normally I'll be talking, but JONO just went, come on, man. He did a Rambo on you guys. Because
I'm talking to direct people, and I think that it was time to hear that we got to stop the mess and let's just move forward. You want confidence? We just gave it to you.
Please understand what was said. So you guys need to get the likes up. I'm not gonna. He said one man shouldn't be so hot. This is why I'm hot. This is why you're not. Yep. Jono was on fire today. He lit the match. You didn't hear, you need to hear this. He said, congratulations, Jono. Go ahead, Jose. Oh, Jose. Yeah. Definitely. You know what? The thing of it is, this was designed for this was designed for some people that need to hear this. Go back and listen to the replay because there's so much being said that you might have missed it because you're trying to comment and you got to go back. I need you to go back and listen almost like a podcast and really digest what's being said. Because when you listen to what's being said, let this sink deeply in you. When you go back and listen to what's being said, this is what's going to happen. It's going to begin to show up in your life. Deeply is going to show up in your life when you go back and listen to what's being said. I'm telling you, you're Jose Navarro. That's it. You say you need to hear this, Dre. That's what's up. So I just became my true self. Go back and listen to it because it's going deeper inside of you and it's going to connect. It's going to be like glue to you right now when you go back and listen to what we're saying. And we're at that 33 mark. I have to definitely got to make a couple phone calls. My mama just called me. So, and saying that, any last words, John? Any more fire you want to give to him?
Thanks for the platform, and I hope everybody's blessed, man.
He gonna eat like Russell Simmons. God bless you. Good night.
God bless you.
Good night. God bless you. Good night. Yo, and that saying, we are out of here. Hit the like button. Go back and listen to this replay. This was more than what you bargained for today. I tell you, this was wow. I don't know what Jono did. He did it. Let me look at this. I'm trying to look for my brand. But yeah, we are out of here. This is Lawrence D. Adams, and we are gone.